Okay, Kimmy, here's a quick addendum to creating our crowd scene. Once again, get your characters laid out like you want them, your crowd to create your billboard. One thing you might want to do is be aware of in the scene you're going to be adding these characters into, you want to maybe match the sun as close as possible, and it'd probably be best not to have this shadow here, and keep your shadows a little simpler, hopefully looking like it's roughly lit in the same light as the scene you're applying the billboard effect to. Uh, so get that set up just like you want it, and then go down to render. Now, probably going to be best. You can experiment with different ones, but I find the Windows Media will probably work just fine. Play with your quality settings. The further away the crowd is, the less quality you'll have to render probably. We're not going to worry about audio particularly. You may turn that down. But here's the key. Render one pass with export video. And that will then give you the matte, and then render another pass just straight. And you can see here we've got the matte rendered, the alpha channel, and there we go. We'll just render that, and we'll come back and play with those. Okay, so now we've got two clips here we've rendered. One with the alpha export only, and then we rendered another just straight. So I'm going to drag these in and control drag. Hold down the control mouse, and I'm going to go over here to scene, make sure I've selected that, and modify. Here we go. And now let's see if we can drag the alpha in to the opacity channel, and now here we are. So that's a little easier to do potentially than using your NLE program. And now once again we can put our characters on a billboard if we need to, but you don't have to do that. You can still place them without any problem. So here we are back in our scene, and as I say, these are not on a billboard, and you'll notice there's a little bit of thickness associated with them. I sometimes like to take my sizing tool and squeeze them down to where they're totally flat. Now they're totally flat, and rotate them into position, and you can see they'll take on shadows from the scene, which is good. And if you render a bunch of these different crowd scenes with different animation, change the clothing style, obviously you can create just what you need as far as crowd goes. That makes it a little easier to create a cheat for the crowd. Just remember that we have this export alpha animation, and that'll help create the alpha matte for you. Hope that helps.